In India, the word menstruation always follows up with the word taboo. So, in our today's video, we'll see in detail about the science behind the practices followed during menstruation. Hi guys, welcome to our channel Mythical Science. This post does not aim to hurt any individual's feelings and emotions. It is posted only after performing valid studies. Menstruation is a common process that happens in a woman between every 28 days. But then we frame many rules and regulations for girls during this time. But actually, this isn't rules and regulations. In ancient time, during periods, the girl is said to stay in a separate room. That girl will not be allowed to go to kitchen or puja room, that is praying room, and she is restricted to move out of her house. Her only duty for these 3 days is just taking rest. She must not do any work. She is allowed to perform tasks only after these 3 days. And the most important practice to be followed is that the girl should not touch any other people and must not go near plants. Similarly, there were so many customs with varying culture. But these practices have some valid scientific reason behind them. Firstly, why providing a separate room? A room is provided to make the women feel comfortable because the first change that happens in a woman during menstruation is hormonal fluctuation, which causes severe mood changes that leads to incomprehensible anger, unreasonable sorrow, irritation on everything around her. The only cure for this state is a peaceful place, which can be obtained only by loneliness, and this can also provide them rest as the pains caused for women during menstruation is too difficult to bear. Next is why restriction to kitchen and puja room. And the default reason for this is providing rest to women, as a woman has to perform so many tasks in kitchen and puja room, and restricting their entry there will provide them rest for 3 days. Next is that menstruating women is not allowed to wash her hair for 3 days. Nowadays we follow a fusion culture where we say that by washing our hair all our taboos can be removed. But this practice is a sin, says Dr. Rachel, who is an Ayurvedic specialist popularly found in some medical talk shows. She says that if a menstruating woman takes hair wash by pouring water on her head, the blood pressure point will change from her uterus to her head, which will cause irregularity in the period flow, which further results in some medical complications. So washing your hair on these 3 days must be strictly avoided, says doctor. So it is a must that we should avoid hair wash during those days. And the most controversial practice followed is menstruating women must not touch anybody, must not step out of the house, and restriction to garden areas. And the only reason for all these practices is the unavailability of sanitary napkins. People those days only used cotton cloths as napkins during their periods. This creates a greater impact on whatever we do. Absence of proper sanitary napkin results in the leakage of blood, and we all are very familiar with blood-borne diseases. Blood plays a major role in transmitting hazardous diseases. Generally, if you go for a blood test, people in the clinics wear gloves, masks, and other safety wears to prevent themselves from blood-borne diseases. So my blood will not affect my health, but it has a maximum probability of affecting the people near me and the person in contact with me. So a menstruating woman being in close contact with their fellow housemates can result in disease spread. And stepping out of the house can result in spreading the disease even to persons we meet. In order to avoid such, this practice came into existence. But then, why restriction to garden? Restriction to garden is because of the tremendous amount of insects present there. Insects can easily sense blood and get attracted to it, which will further result in complete nuisance. In order to avoid that, garden entry was restricted. So, the absence of proper and valid sanitary napkin made our ancestors put forth such practices. And Ayurveda states that the imbalance of 5 elements in our body during those time led to such practices. And some even say that the imbalance of chakra in our body during menstruation resulted in this practice. Our ancestral practices is completely meaningful and has a huge amount of science hidden within. But nowadays, we don't understand the exact meaning of such practices and blindly follow whatever we feel. All these practices are for our good and wellness, but understanding the real meaning and following it is very much needed for leading a healthy life our ancestors led. And yes, this is the science behind menstrual practices. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.